So let's quickly jump into a demo. So here I am in my Copilot out here, and I can create agents within Copilot. So here you can see that I can create a new agent, or I can use templates out here. If there's something that you can use as a template, go ahead and use that. But for this particular demo, let's start from scratch. So I want to create a support agent that can help me with one of our products. To do that, I'm going to use a data source, which is going to be a PDF document. And that PDF document will help me answer questions related to support. So first thing, to create a support agent, I need to give it a name. So I'll say support assistant for document converter. I will go ahead and select an icon. So this is the icon. I'll use the nutrient icon. I'll give it a description. So let me quickly think about a description that I can use. So I can say this is a support assistant, which will help, if I can type, which will help you with problems related to the document converter product. Okay, so this is specific to this product. Now I need to go ahead and provide it instructions. So instructions are basically what drives. So instructions is specifically that drives the agent. So you need to be descriptive about your instructions. So let me put in some instructions for the agent. I can say that you are a support agent for document converter. Use the administration guide to answer a few questions related to installation, configuration, related to the SharePoint converter. Always citate the section or the step number when available. Be concise and accurate. Okay, this is what we need to tell it. Now, I can provide it few more starter prompts, but we can leave it for now. And most importantly, we need to talk about documents. So we are going to talk about knowledge sources. So here you can upload a document or use a public site or use SharePoint as a knowledge source. For this particular demo, let me upload a document. So but if you see out here, I cannot upload a document unless I save it. So let me click on create. This should get my agent set up, right? And I can now click on knowledge and I can upload a document. Understand this, a document can be as big as 512 MB. So I'll just upload this document and I'll click on add, right? At this point, my agent is actually configured. Few notable things out here. If you want to go ahead and add email support to the agent, you can add an action such as Outlook. You can search for the connector, Outlook, and you can send an email with instructions as well. If you want to work with document processing, you can use the nutrient actions and also add them. For example, if you want to extract text or do something related to creating a document, like from HTML and then converting it into a PDF, you can go ahead and do that as well out here. There are a number of things that you can go ahead and do with actions. Triggers, these are mainly related to autonomous agents. Starter prompts are a way to suggest a conversation in Teams or an M365 channel, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say publish. I'm going to publish this particular agent, right? You can publish it to specific channels as well, such as Teams. Perfect. So this has been published. If you click on channels, you can publish it to, as I told you, Teams, Skype, Telegram, and so on and so on. As of now, this is just a test. Now, one most important thing to understand is this is a knowledge source. So when I click on it, it tells me that the status is in progress. So it takes time, a little bit of time based on the number of documents. That's why I just uploaded one. I should upload multiple documents to give it more information. And once you have this, it should work as expected. But we will go ahead and see something else while this is building its knowledge, right? That's what I want to tell you. Now, let me go ahead and open an agent known as SharePoint Agent. So when it comes to the SharePoint Agent, the agent is very similar, and it helps me with answering questions related to a few documents that I have stored in the image PDF document library. So I'll go into the image PDF document library and I'll quickly open a few documents out here. So let me open this, let me open this, and let me open this particular document, right? So what I'm going to do is that let me start with the invoice document. So let's say that I had a few customers and I wanted to find details about this particular customer, right? So to do that, I can just ask it, hey, can you provide me invoice details about Jack, right? So Jack. So let's see if it can answer the question. It's thinking about it, but yes, it goes and it found out the information that I needed. So it can find me information about Jack. Now I have another invoice out here. It's about United States patents. So I'll go back again and I'll ask, give me information about United States patent and Gutterman, right? Something like this. It tells me it doesn't know the information. Okay, that's all right, I think. Let's try something else. Give me information about Joanna R, right? So give me bank details about Joanna R. Now understand this, I am just typing in random text, which should help you understand few things out here. So we looked at three particular scenarios, and if you look out here, I am getting responses, right? I'm getting responses related to Joanna. I am getting information about Jack, and I am not getting information about United Patents, right? But there is a few problems out here that I see. Okay, first thing, this is good, but maybe I don't want to show PII information. Understand that. You can use a prompt and maybe get rid of the PII information, but it's always recommended to give a reference so that there can be a human review. If you're working with PII information, even here, this is actually very bad because I'm actually sharing the credit card number. You might want to redact it. I already showed you how to redact information, right? Using Power Automate. You can build it in few minutes. Be careful about your data sources. Another scenario out here that this particular, we cannot find information related to United Patent. Why is that? This is a question comes up very often. When I open that document in my browser, so let me quickly open that document in the browser again. Say, open in browser. It tells me it is extracting text from PDF, right? What does that mean? This document is an image-based PDF. Image-based PDF doesn't work well. Okay, semantic search doesn't work well with image-based PDFs unless you OCR it. Now you have multiple ways to OCR a particular document. You can OCR it using third-party tools. You can OCR it using syntax, etc., etc. So when you try to OCR a document, you need to understand that OCRing can be a bit cumbersome if the documents are at a large scale. To get rid of that problem, I'm going to show you a tool related to document searchability. Now, what is document searchability? The document searchability is a tool that integrates with SharePoint and multiple other sources which can help you audit and OCR the documents within SharePoint and other data sources. So let's see how you can do that. So what I'm going to say, introduction, that's good. I can specify a library name. I'll say image PDF. I can say, okay, it's online. If you see, we can go into other data sources as well. You can use it for both online and on premises. I'm going to add a location out here. So let me quickly copy the location, ESPC webinar. So I'll just say, oops, I didn't copy it. So let me actually copy the location of the library. So paste it here, and I can use basic authentication, modern authentication, app-only authentication, etc. I'm going to use the web-based authentication, right? So I will say save. As soon as I hit on save, it should ask me for authentication. Let me quickly see. It already had it here, so it didn't prompt me, and it looks good. At this point, my process, my job is ready, right? Or I can say that the configuration is done. I can click on next. I can make sure that, okay, search for documents that are partially searchable. That's very important. You can use other file types such as JPEG, etc., images, etc., and make them searchable. You can also make sure to retain the creation date, modified date, created dates, etc., etc. You can set up an archive location if you want to. If you want a copy of the original file, you can set up OCR settings. So basically, the documents that are scanned are not searchable, right? And the scanning can be cumbersome or can be tricky at times. Some might contain dark borders, some might contain punch holes. So if you have dark borders, punch holes, etc., you can just get rid of them. You can select multiple languages, or you can say automatically select a language. You can run it on schedule, or you can run it manually. When the OCR process is done, you can go ahead and send an alert, and you see the job summary out here, right? I can click on create, and our new library has been added. So what I told it is, if I go here, it went ahead and enumerated the documents, and it gave me a nice little report out here, right? It tells me it has 4 image-only PDFs. It went ahead and audited my data source such as SharePoint. It said that it's partially searchable by 0%. And then it said there are 2 documents that are searchable, and there are total 26 pages, right? So you need to understand that AI could not answer questions related to 4 documents out here because they are image-only PDFs. And it could only answer questions related to 2 documents. I can go ahead and save this audit report, and I can use it later. I can just go ahead and start an OCR process on this. How do I do that? Simple. I can go into this particular job that I have. I can say audit and OCR, and I can actually save it. I can go back to my dashboard, and I can click on this play button. As soon as I click on play button, it will OCR it, and based on some time, you should be able to get answers from image-based PDFs as well. Isn't that something you need to consider when using AI-related tools such as Copilot? And we at Nutrient provide you with document searchability that helps you audit and OCR documents. You can also use it with other data sources such as blob storage, your local file system if you're building a local LLM, and multiple other sources if required. So that being said, let it do the trick. This is how the audit report would look like. It shows you nicely that, your 66% of the document library is not searchable. And once this is done, it will be searchable. So this was a very quick demo about AI and searchability. So now that we understand how document auditing is important, we also spoke about auditing. This is what auditing helps you with. We provide you with auditing capabilities. We make your document searchable so you don't get into any compliance related problems. Let's look at our support agent that we created. So let me quickly drag it out here, and let's look at the support agent. Now, if you upload the document directly out here, as I was looking at it, this particular document is now ready, right? Now, one thing we need to understand, it allows you to use its own general information as well. So what does this mean? Now, I'm going to ask it a question related to the document converter first. Hey, help me with prerequisites of installation of document converter. Okay, so I'll just say pre-requires. Okay, I'll hit enter. Let's see if it goes into the knowledge source and if it goes ahead and helps me with an answer. Aha, it gives me an answer. It tells me everything is supported till Windows 2022, which SharePoint versions are supported, and so on and so on. And it also references the administration guide. Now I'm going to ask it another question. Give me details about Facebook, right? Now it tells me I'm here to assist you related to the document converter for SharePoint. If you have any questions related to installation, go ahead and ask me those, right? Because I gave it a good enough instruction out here to be concise and accurate. Only related, if you want to only use the knowledge source and the AI should not hallucinate. This is the thing about AI. Previously, when I typed, I got an answer. You should turn off the AI-based feature so that it only looks at the knowledge source. Right? So this is something that I wanted to quickly show how easy it is to create an agent, but we need to be sure that the files are indexable.